So let's look at the quotes themselves. As you can see, we have September contract, October, November, so on and so forth. Look at the volume on September contract. That's just today. That's over 200,000 contracts. Well, multiply that by 125,000. That is over $26 billion, okay? Just volume today. On the other hand, look at the October contract. 1% of that. There is some on the December contract, but that's also rare. That's because of the end of year. But this doesn't happen that often. After that, even though contracts are there, you're not going to see much volume. We could also look at what we call open interest. These are contracts that are open but have not been closed yet. So at this point, we have over 600,000 open interest in the September contract. That's about 3 times. So that's over 75 billion euros. And there is some on the December contract as well. Now, the way to read this, let's go to quotes. There is something called prior settlement. That's basically the closing price as far as the exchange is concerned the day before. And all the so-called daily settlements are going to be based on that. So let's do a hypothetical scenario. Suppose you established 100 contracts, 100 contracts of Euro futures, September 23 Euro futures at the current price 107.50. That means unless you close this position before the delivery date, which is 2 business days after the third Wednesday of September, which is 1, 2, 3. That would be Friday the 22nd. Unless you close that position actually before Wednesday 20th, you are required to deliver 100 times 125,000, which is 12.5 million euros. You are required to take delivery of, because you're long. Unless you close the position we call these things positions because you're not actually buying or selling that amount. You close the position by morning of third Wednesday of September. You are required to take delivery of €12.5 million. If you were short, you were required to deliver €12.5 million. Consider the notional USD value of the contract $125,000 times 100 times 1.0750. This is in USD. So effectively, you have a position that's, as of now, worth $13.4 million, right? You are required to post 2,400 margin per contract, and for 100 contracts, slightly less than $250 million. Which is as a percentage on the notional size I don't think I wrote that correctly. So by paying less than $2, I can control a position of size $100 effectively. So these contracts are hugely leveraged. If you're doing this for speculative purposes, that's good, because suppose you believe that there's going to be a big jump in euro. You think it's going to go to 115, and you want to make a lot of money, and you have only $100,000. You can put in $100,000. For example, would allow you to establish a position of about 41 2/3 contracts. Let's make it $1 million. You can establish a position that's at least 416 contracts. Okay. That is equal to €52 million. So by using only $1 million, I control a position of 52 million. if dollar euro went from 109 to 110, I'm gonna make 1 cent per euro. Over 52 million euros, I'm gonna make $500,000. So 1 cent, which is about 1% change in the exchange rate, brings me close to 50% profit. That's what we mean by leverage. Suppose after establishing this position, $100 long contracts, market closed at 1.0795. That is my original position. So this is my entry position. This is the day close.